Hello, Cancer. There's a full moon in Sagittarius on the 2nd. And on the 16th, there is a new moon in Gemini. This is the month, June, of the summer or winter solstice. On the 21st, in the northern hemisphere, we're going to have a summer solstice, and in the southern hemisphere, we're going to have a winter solstice. How does that affect you? The opposite as it affects your Leo friends, who are ruled by the sun. You're ruled by the moon, Cancer the Crab. Therefore, Cancer the Crab individuals that live in the southern hemisphere are going to feel exalted, whereas those who live in the northern hemisphere may feel a little like they're under the radar. Not to worry, though. This is going to cause a time in the northern hemisphere when you can sort of regather yourself, regather your thoughts, and in the southern hemisphere, it creates a time when you will feel a time to shine and sparkle. Now, let's see how your ruling planet of the moon affects you this month, Cancer. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Thank you for joining us. This is an angelic horoscope transmission from your Cancer angel Muriel, who resides over your cardinal water nature, and these are his messages for you in love, money, and health. First, we have the love transmission from Muriel. Now, your guardian angel is Gabriel, and Gabriel rules over all the water signs. And your specific angel, if you focus in on that water aspect, and we have fire of water, that brings us to you, and that brings us to Muriel, your teaching angel. Now, how is this full moon in Sagittarius going to affect you on the 2nd? The way it's going to affect you, the crab is going to feel increased psychic abilities, increased extrasensory perceptions. You already have these abilities, but you have it so much because of your changeable nature, because the moon changes so much. You don't feel that you can actually hone in or anchor down any specific prediction unless, of course, you utilize some form of divination system. So you're kind of addicted to divination systems rather than sort of whimsical psychic abilities. And that's simply because, again, things are changeable in the world of the psyche. So you don't trust your own ability to anchor down a prediction. But this is a situation where people are trying to get you to get into specifics regarding what you might want to say is going to happen, or making decisions about what you're going to do, because you cannot make decisions about what you're going to do because the moon changes so much. So this is if your sun, of course, is in the sign of Cancer the Crab. If your moon's in the sign of Cancer the Crab, then you have the ability to sort of understand that. But if your sun is in the sign of Cancer the Crab, this makes it difficult for you to understand that. So all you really have to do is find out where your moon sign is, anchor that, and then the rest of it will be easier for you. Now, the Archangel Gabriel has given you the gift of Gab that he gives to all water signs. So you want to utilize that. And that will put you in a good situation to sort of accumulate a lot of romantic interest in the month of June. Because June is the month where romance really is going to be, it's up in June. You have more romantic aspirations. Everybody does. They write a lot of songs about it because moon and spoon and June and the moon all rhyme. And this is what you're going to be dealing with. And this doesn't matter so much north or south when your sun sign is involved. But if your moon sign's involved, then it's going to be involved quite a bit. You don't want to get toxic. If you're in the northern hemisphere and your moon is in Cancer, you don't want to get toxic. You want to detoxify your relationships, so to speak. Because your relationships might become toxic if there's a lot of trying to one-upsmanship on each other, where you're trying to sort of lord it over other people with your ability to be more witty than they, or to kind of throw out zingers and sort of put them in their place before they can open their mouth. this doesn't allow you to have relationships. It causes people to say, gee, well, I'm not going to get involved with that person because that person is constantly saying negative things. So what you want to do is detoxify your emotional body by practicing not feeling that you have to constantly throw out zingers at people that will cause them to back off. And you don't need to be welcoming either. You need to be more meditative and concentrate on allowing the clear waters to wash through your mind. Spring-like waters, clear, fresh waters, not brackish, not salty, but clear waters to brush through your mind and allow that to sort of detoxify and relax the fear that others are going to harm you. And that will help you feel better. Because the crab is sort of in a position where, again, there's an exoskeleton. And you feel so vulnerable, and again, every 7 years, when the crab sheds that shell and is extremely vulnerable, you feel that you have no defense. And when you feel you have no defense, of course, this is going to cause toxic reactions to build up. So you don't want that to happen. Now, the good news about the crab is that the more you allow life to have its way with you, just life, just the seasons, and the more you trust God, the more you'll find that your emotional body grows, and the longer you can live, and the more people you can have as friends. Now, they say that a friend is just an enemy you haven't made yet, and that's because they're trying to put you in a situation to warn you that friendships are by their very nature cumbersome, in that at one point people are put off by each other. But that doesn't mean that friendships aren't worth having. It's just understanding the dual nature of any relationship. An enemy is someone you spar with. A friend is someone that you agree with. And agreeing with everybody all the time can, give you good rapport and you mirror somebody. However, at one point, you have to understand that any enemy is simply also oneself. And if we understand everybody is just a facet of us, then we become responsible for our own responses. And that will help you to understand this in your emotional relationships. Okay, now Cancer the Crab, Muriel's projection for you this month in money. Muriel wants you to project positive aspects this month rather than projecting negative aspects when it comes to how much money you have. You want to be, Muriel will do this for you, but you have to project it yourself. You have to say, I have money. I am thankful today that I have abundance. If you go out in the world and you say, oh, I don't have any money and I'm so poor and I'm so desperate, then that's what you're going to create, because you're putting out negative words. You're being negative. You need to be positive. You need to say, I wake up today and I'm thankful to God for all the money that He's bestowed upon me. And the Archangel Gabriel can help you with that. You need to sort of, again, wash out the toxicity from the emotional body. And the emotional body is also important when it comes to your financial life. Because if you're feeling ungrateful and you're feeling that you don't have enough, then that's exactly what you're going to create. You're going to create not having enough. If you wake up every day and say, I'm abundant, I thank God that I'm abundant, thank you for all the abundance you're giving to me today, then you're going to end up being abundant, because your desires are formed by your constant words. Affirmations only seem like they don't work if you don't feel abundant. You have to feel abundant. And the mind is really secondary to the desire that you have. Again, please remember that first there's a desire. And then the mind thinks of a way to bring that desire to fruition. It's very simple. You can sit around and think all you want, but you have to desire something within yourself. And then your mind easily comes up with a way to bring that to fruition. So this, again, you must project constant positive feelings. And you must make other people feel happy and feel like they want to be around you. If you make other people feel like they don't want to be around you, and you're constantly putting them down and making them feel bad, they're not going to want to be around you, they're not going to want to help you. They're going to push you away. So what you want to do is you want to be someone who makes other people feel good about themselves. And then they'll want to be around you. And then they'll want to do business with you. And then money will flow into your coffers. It's very simple. Now, what you want to do is understand that regarding the solstice, that it's going to be extra lucky for crabs in the southern hemisphere, and it's going to be a time in the northern hemisphere when the crab might want to just sort of take stock of what you already have. And again, this has to do mostly with those who have their sun in Cancer. If your moon is in Cancer, you already know what to do because your instincts are so good, you know what to do already. That's not a problem for you now, is it? Okay, now Muriel's health transmission. With the moon trine Venus on the 1st, this is going to be very auspicious for dealing with anything in the third chakra and second chakra issues, and also high heart chakra issues, and that'd be fourth chakra issues. So that's very healing. It's a very healing time. Now, in the first week of the month, because of some situations that are going on with Mars, there could become a time when people may feel that they are trying to heal old head or facial injuries. And also the reproductive chakras are going to want to, come into a time of healing. But mostly for you, it really has to do with the third and the fourth chakras and the high heart. So other people may benefit from healing modalities regarding the 6th and 7th chakras, but you're going to really be focusing on the third chakra issues. Now, how you can help your friends heal better is to, if you want to help them with healing or learning about yoga and that kind of thing, you want to help people center and ground their chi to their root chakra. You want to have them meditate and perhaps chant Om or Aum is better, A-U-M, and grow their root chakra into the center of the earth to form a center where they can feel grounded, so people aren't being too flighty. This is going to be something where you can help your friends. You know how to do this, Cancer the Crab. You need to help others. You can encourage them to take Qigong. You can encourage them to take martial arts. That will help. It will help you help them. Remember, this is a month, June, where Cancer the Crab needs to help other people feel better about themselves, not by putting them down, but by building them up and making them feel good about themselves, and by always presenting with a positive aspect. Then a huge wave of cleansing will come through those with moon in Cancer, and that will be the healing of all negativity in our dualistic world, and will bring in the age where God's permutation is 1, which leads to 3. Because the secret of the Trinity is in God's permutation of 1, bypassing the duality and going into a trinary nature. And that, of course, is the new man. And you understand. Now, if you're going to be doing Qigong, you need to get with a Qigong master. If you're going to be doing some kind of chakra healing, it can be very dangerous if you don't know what you're doing to do chakra cleansing and healing. Remember, the chakras have a back aspect and a front aspect, and we can circulate, can we not? All the various aspects. And these are very healing. We want to clear these chakras. Yes, we've said it before, we'll say it again. You can run the energy through the chakra, out the back and into the front. You got to circulate, get these things going in a positive direction. It will heal and clear out blocked and stuck energies. And you can talk to your licensed homeopathic physician, your licensed naturopathic physician. You can talk to a chi master. You can talk to a licensed acupuncturist or your licensed chiropractor if you're having serious health issues. However, again, these chakra healings are serious, and you want to make sure that you're doing them properly, and you want to talk to a proper chi master. And if you're doing any kind of solar energy healing, you need to make sure you build up to it, and don't sit right in the sun when you do your breathing exercises that we've talked to you about before, where you inhale terrestrial fire, and when you exhale, you're cleared of your ego, and celestial fire or solar fire comes in. You want to make sure you do that properly. And it's good to do it in the evening when you get energies from sort of the, the evening energy is a very sacred time to do that, in morning as well, when the eyes are sort of half open, half closed. There's a secret there between the open eyes and the half-closed eyes. And the secrets are, of course, in the brain. These are all things that have to do with the inner structures of the brain, the pineal gland, and some of the basic structures of the brain. That's what all the images from Egypt are about. They're different aspects of the brain. Okay. Now we're going to go over, for you, Cancer the Crab, your afterglow, which we highlight some of the planetary aspects that you want to pay attention to this month, some astrological aspects that you want to pay attention to, some facets. On the first, again, Moon trine Venus, very auspicious. On the second, Moon opposing Mars. That's where you want to be careful you don't get anxiety and have any kind of head injuries or facial injuries. So you want to just keep the anxiety levels down, and then these kinds of things will not occur if you remain centered. Okay, on the second, there's also a full moon in Sagittarius. Remember, you're going to have increased psychic ability. On the 7th, Moon trine the Sun. That's very good for balancing your solar and lunar energies, your masculine, feminine, fire, water, nature. On the 11th, Moon sextile the Sun is another good day for healing with dual aspect of your inner nature, the masculine, feminine sides that we all have, and also it's a good month, 7 and 11, for your relationships with your Leo friends or relationships. On the 16th, new moon in Gemini. This could actually cause other people to try to persuade you to their way of thinking, which goes on all the time. So it's not a bother to wonder about, is someone persuading me? All you have to do is find the positive in everything that happens, no matter what it is. And then you're ready to have kingship from the Lord Jesus Christ. On the 17th, Moon trine Neptune, and on the 30th, Moon opposing Venus. And don't forget, there is a summer solstice in the northern hemisphere on the 21st. We're celebrating the winter solstice in the southern hemisphere on the 21st. All right, Cancer the Crab. Thank you for joining us. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel, and join us again next month.